second video blog of the week. In the first video blog this week, I shared with you this ounce of gold sold for just $35 back in 1971. By 2000, it sold for $250, and today between $1,200 and $1,300 an ounce. This is due not because gold is inherently worth more. The intrinsic value of this 1 ounce gold piece has not changed. What has changed is the value of the dollar, because since 1971, dollars are no longer backed by gold. That surprises a lot of people. Well, China holds a lot of U.S. government debt, and because the dollar is still the most widely used reserve currency in the world, meaning if you want to trade internationally, you have to inventory dollars. So many countries in the world are literally forced to hold dollars in order to trade internationally. Well, because the dollar has been devalued to such an extent, there's many countries around the world now that aren't so comfortable owning dollars. And there was a big development this past week that I want to tell you about. In fact, I have an article here from Zero Hedge, and I want to read you just a few sentences from the article. This was published on April 19. Overnight, an historic event took place in China, the world's top gold consumer. China launched a yuan-denominated gold benchmark. A yuan is a unit of currency. The Chinese currency is officially the renminbi, but the yuan is a unit of that currency. So China launched a yuan-denominated gold benchmark, as had been previewed here previously, in what Reuters dubbed an ambitious step to exert more control over the pricing of the metal and boost its influence in the global bullion market. Considering the now officially confirmed rigging of the gold and silver fix, courtesy of last week's Deutsche Bank settlement, Deutsche Bank actually admitted to manipulating the price of gold, as I have been suspecting for many years, as have many others that follow the gold market. This is hardly bad news and may finally lead to some rigging cartel and central bank-free price discovery. China's gold benchmark is the culmination of efforts by China over the last few years to reform its domestic gold market in a bid to have a bigger say in the bullion industry, long dominated by London, where the global spot benchmark price is currently set. As is well known, the world's top producer, importer, and consumer of gold, China has balked at having to depend on a dollar price in international transactions and believes its market weight should entitle it to set the price of gold. Now, as I understand this, there's one very important difference between the London market and the new Chinese market, and that is that the Chinese market requires that every transaction be in bullion, be in actual gold, be in the real stuff. That's not the case in London or on the COMEX markets. So here's my question. Is this the first step to China maybe linking their currency to gold? The Chinese currency is already a reserve currency as far as the International Monetary Fund is concerned, and if China links its currency to gold, it will force the rest of the currencies in the world to be honest. Now, this may be a long way off. It may even never happen. However, it certainly bears paying attention to. And when you're doing your retirement income planning, it certainly makes sense to consider having something tangible in your portfolio like gold. Even if you just take a look at how gold has maintained its purchasing power over time, it's an often neglected, overlooked asset that should be a part, in my view, of almost everyone's portfolio. That's something for you to consider. I'll be back next week with a couple new video blog updates. Until then, if you're not yet a subscriber to the Portfolio Watch newsletter, which is my weekly newsletter giving you my market commentary and economic analysis, you can become a subscriber for